I'm Dr. Anthony Raimondo, and I'm here today to talk to you about a saga that I started writing, a series, the Least of Brothers series. And presently, it's 4 books. I have ideas for a couple more, and they're all part of a series that's based on the idea of that comes from Matthew 25:40, which says, "What you've done for the least of my brothers, you've done for me." So there's basically only two things you could do when you encounter a stranger, or is that you could either be nice or you could be rude. That's There's only two ways to cut it. So the whole saga is based on that concept. And the first book is called Matt 25:40. Now, Matt 25:40 begins with a homeless man who's walking through a city, a town, and he passes a pile of trash, and underneath it is a man dying. He's unconscious and he has memory loss. And he all of a sudden he has an out of body experience. But unlike other out of body experiences, he begins to follow this homeless man through town, and he watches and observes how people interact with him. How some people ignore him, some people think he stinks, while a few others come to his aid. And when they come to his aid, they end up receiving something that they needed. And that's part of the story. Now, the unconscious man realizes that he needs someone to find his body before he dies. So now he needs the help of two homicide detectives. The first book pretty much introduces all the characters, at least the majority of them, that we're going to see throughout the saga. So the next book in the series is called Protect and Serve. Now, the second book in the series, Protect and Serve, deals with the two homicide detectives that are in the first book now encounter two women who are working in the oldest profession. While they have a conversation with them, they encounter the homeless man. And in that encounter, Jose Delaney, the detective, decides he wants to help these two women out of that profession. In doing so, he receives the help from one of the ladies that provides him with a clue that helps him to solve a series of murders. And the story continues as to whether or not the two ladies decide to take his help. In the next book is called Deadly Change. Now, all the characters return in Deadly Change. And in Deadly Change, there begins with a murder of an individual who self mutilates himself and bleeds to death. Now, everyone believes that it's a homicide, including Jose Delaney's partner, Al Hitali. But Jose believes that it is a murder, that it was a homicide. And the story goes through a series of clues and investigations to see if, in fact, Jose's correct. The next book in the series, book 4, is called Faith Cocktail. Now, in Faith Cocktail, the homeless man has been involved secretly or personally involved in each of the stories. In this particular story, the homeless man enters a bar, Pizzella's Bar and Grill, and he brings with him a wooden chalice, and he asks for a favor if he can have a little wine with his bread. And he breaks bread and he drinks the wine, and he, as payment, he leaves the chalice. Now, Tony Pizzella has been praying for his customers because most of them, all they do all day is drink. And what ends up happening is that chalice begins to work some wonders in his tavern, in his bar. But during this event, the two homicide detectives are looking for a serial killer who's been marking his victims on the forehead in coal with the word naughty. And now they have to find this naughty killer, and all the characters have returned as they observe what happens in his bar, in Tony's bar. And that's the end so far of what we've accomplished in our 4-book series. Now, I hope you take the time to read the books. You can go to my website, which is www.dranthonyfraimondo, and you can view the book page and hit the button and order a book. It's that simple. Or you can go directly to Amazon. Now, I hope you enjoy the series. I'll post the website again at the end of this video, and God bless.